Peekaboo, coming at you live here. I'm gonna stop making these little short videos because I don't think I'm gonna get monetized or whenever commercialized, and I'm totally okay with that. So listen, guys, everybody who's young in their 30s is probably gonna buy a house now. Here's the trick. I'm gonna tell you the whole trick. Okay, so you look at $100,000 houses, location, location, location. Okay, so you're not in the greatest location, so you have to drive an extra 25 minutes outside the doesn't matter. You buy a $5,000 car, you save up 100 grand, you're making about 60 grand. So you're saving about 20 grand, 2, 4, 6, 8, 100, 5 years. Now again, this is what I didn't do, but if I could do it again, I would do this again. So I'd wait 5 years, put 20 grand in the bank. After 5 years, I had 100 grand. I would go to a realtor like Alan Tate or Andrew Tate, whatever the hell it is. And I would say, listen, I'm in the market to buy something for 100 grand, maybe 120. And so they're always going to upcharge you, and make you look at 120. You say, listen, keep it under 120. So you look at something, you say, okay, even if it's 120, it's super nice. You know what you say? Okay, you know what? I'll pay this thing off in exactly 1 year. 2 years at the worst case scenario, and then you got 100 grand in the bank. If you got 100 grand in the bank right now, it's doing nothing. I got 10 grand in the bank, and guess what? It's doing nothing. Nothing. And people are borrowing left and right from equity 1 and 2. Okay, so you got your little house, you got your equity, you got no PMIs, what I'm trying to explain. Okay, and then coming in, and then you buy a $5,000 car that you can afford, okay? Now you pay that right off, right there, right then. If it's less, good job. If you get it free, well, there, 5,000 up. So you want to spend around 105 to around like 125. Right there, that's 1,000 a month. So at $1,000 a month, you can bear with that kind of resistance, guys. I know you can. So if you're making $45,000, okay, it might take you 7 years. Okay, let's just plan it for 5 years. And then on the 6th and 7th year, you should have it all figured out. Okay? So on the 7th year, you're like, okay, guys, now, it could be time to sell because at 8%, damn it, that's a lot of money. Then you got, you got 3% coming in from your state taxes on the land. And you got hopefully you don't have any repairs to go on the house. Hopefully, once you got that money in, if anything goes wrong, you got $100,000, safety net. And guys, you could buy a trailer at 50. You got stages. Stage 1, you don't care, $50,000 trailer. You got 100,000. You got a house. Anything higher than that, you're making more money, but you're doing the same thing. You're just, again, it's all in perspective. It's all in perspective. So you're looking at 7 years goes by, you got a house paid off, and you got your car paid off, hopefully. You can do some upgrades, like make sure like the transmission's working, no head gaskets blown. And then right there, you got about $10,000. And whether you want to go do this again, you should redo it again and upgrade and say, okay, now I can buy another $100,000, but hopefully it's in a nice area. Or if you want to be really, really, really confident about your skills, you go 15 years in and you buy a 150, 60,000, 175, and then you move up gradually. Now go for $100,000 to a $2 million house off in Coral Springs or Miami's finest. Like these guys are renting houses for $10,000. Right there could have been your saving. These kids are making $1 million. Love you, Aiden Ross and Neon, but for $10 million you're making, buy a house, buy the damn house. Ask them how much. Hey, listen, a bunch of us want to use this as a house and be like FTX and just be derivatives and stuff, but make it happen. Don't rent something. Commit to your damn life. Commit to something more than just effing around all you're screwing up or being wasted, young people. So when you buy your house, right there, instead of being stupid and paying for girls to go out with you, or I don't know what the hell they do, but you're wasting your money. And you go into it, and then at 8 to 10 years, you got 100 grand plus 150. You should have and then what you do is you look at like little rental houses for like 30,000 or just like pieces, and it could be a trailer at 30,000. You buy a nice trailer, and then you start small. You never go over your head, and you're like, oh god dang it, if we don't sell or we don't hit a sales phenomenon this month, we're done. So that's what I used to do. I used to be like, okay guys, listen, you're all taking a draw. Everyone's taking a draw now. Like, here's the draw: the rent, the car payments. All you kids driving Tahoes and Mercedes and Chevys and whatever the heck we're driving. Nah, you drive a $5,000 car, you make no payments on it, and then right there, if you can't pay for it off, you should at least get either, you know, up your pay or find a second-hand job or something, and then go into it. But at 10 years, you should have this figured out. And then after 10 years, yeah, you should be making hopefully more than freaking, you know, $65,000, $75,000. And so we're up to 120. Then what you do is you say, okay, now that, you know, we're talking to I'm not a financial advisor in this, whatever, you have to be like certified in the state. Anyways, so then you ask your financial, hey, listen, we're doing really well. And hopefully you don't have to ask your CPA that. Hopefully you're making those, because if a CPA sees that, yeah, he's taking 1% of your whole damn life savings. And that's what people do. They're like, okay, well, this is a no-brainer. Let's put it in this guy's hand, and I make 90%, 1%. But guys, he could be losing fudging 85% every year. So, like, if you have a $10,000 container in a mutual fund and all that crap, you're not even trading stocks. You're letting like a systematic bunch of people do it. That's what a mutual fund is. The next one is called a CD. You might want to have a CD, and I don't even know if you can buy CDs. A lot of these times, like, they're already like into, like, you already paid for it in the money of like 30 years. So now you're looking at to pull out a CD for 30 years that matured, and you could have put in back in the day. I think you could have put a lower amount. Now it's like set prices. If you want to have if you want to have a financial advisor, 30 grand. And what does that get you? 30 years, you might have. I have 100 grand. That might be the truth. But if you just put nothing in it, it gets that great. That's the same as a house, but it grows a lot faster. You can actually use it. Half of the people that get a mutual fund and a bond and shit, they're like, oh, well, I forgot about that one. Or they passed away and they didn't inherit it to somebody, and it's like, oh, it's just in thin air, because it's not digital. It's on an actual piece of paper. It looks like a dollar bill, like a giant Monopoly dollar bill. So when we lose about, I don't know, like $1 billion of those things, what, those could have had $1 on it right there. That's well over $1 billion. So guys, that's a housing thing. That's the one thing for the housing thing. For the music thing, totally separate. I don't want to talk about that. But with that one equity, that's not even owning business. You could be a librarian. You could be a construction worker. You could be a social worker. It doesn't matter. I would say get a job with some kind of big facility on top of that that's going to give you kind of health insurance. Because on top of that, I didn't mention this. Yeah, probably if a young person has to pay health insurance, it could be $300. So again, you get a house, you get a car. I wish I could just tell BlackRock, let's just make a combination of all this. But they won't do that. So that's that's a lesson how to buy a house and a car and not make payments. But the first thing about it is savings. You have to save. So guys, if you like this video and you've done this before, please comment below and let me know if this is 100%. So bye guys.